Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085 or biglou.com.
Once roiled by civil war, Syria is staking a claim as a place of safety and security.
Syria was once a battleground enduring 14 years of civil war, but now the country offers relative peace as the Middle East endures major unrest. Syrian leaders are making the most of the current situation by using their neutral position to rebuild relationships in the Arab world and the West. Under the rule of former President Bashar al-Assad, Syria was shunned by many regional neighbors and Western countries. He was ousted in December 2024 by rebels. Syria has positioned itself as a safe alternative for exports during the US-Israeli war against Iran. I'm Karen Shamas.
Federal prosecutors released a video showing the moment that a man who was armed with guns and knives tried to storm the White House Correspondents' Dinner intent on assassinating President Trump. Townhall.com. Prediction markets argue they're different from sports books, yet gambling addicts and experts in the field say it's all the same thing.
Clinicians who treat gambling disorders are concerned about their patients turning to prediction markets. Two gambling addicts who spoke to the Associated Press say they had relapses on prediction markets after they took legal action to protect themselves from the allure of sports betting. Their stories reflect what experts say they see with some of their clients. The rapid growth of prediction markets has sparked a high-stakes debate that is playing out in courts and legislatures all over the country. I'm Gethin Coolbluff.
The Onion's plan to transform Alex Jones' InfoWars platforms into parody sites are in limbo again. New legal filings by Jones led a Texas appeals court to pause a proposed deal that would give the satirical news outlet control over InfoWars. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hey, Rick. When it comes to great food and in-house operations, you got it down to a science. But when it comes to online marketing, ordering, and delivery, Devour Now has got you covered. Devour Now has 0% commission, no setup costs, and the delivery solution you've been hoping for. DevourNow.com for a demo and you get started today. That's GetDevourNow.com. Commission-free online marketing, ordering, and delivery.
Okay, we got 305, enter.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
We have
Hometown Talk on AM
55 seconds.
99.7 FM, your hometown
55
station.
50 seconds.
Are now open at
45 seconds. Shut up. I don't
need
a headache, dude. I've already got one from last night's game. Yeah.
I think, dude, I honestly think our season's done tomorrow. I think
we're done.
I think we're done tomorrow.
We're done and dusted, yeah.
Like, I don't know how they could come all the way back on us like this.
Embiid.
Yeah, but it can't be just him.
It's Embiid.
Yeah,
76ers had zero shot at the beginning of this series.
Yeah, but it can't be just Embiid, though. Like, they have talent around them, but it can't just be Embiid for why they're going to win.
I mean, we were up 3-1, right? And then Embiid comes in, and all of a sudden, the series is tied. It's Embiid. It's definitely Embiid. Here we go. And welcome to Hometown Talk. I hope everyone enjoyed the last hour of Hometown Talk. This is the second hour of Hometown Talk. Just one live hour of Hometown Talk today. The first hour was a replay of an interview that I recorded a couple of weeks ago with Stephen Provost of Touring New England. Great interview with him. Talked about a whole slew of things, New England type stuff, Boston, and other things like that. Arlo Guthrie as well, and trains and much more things as well with him. So I hope you enjoyed that interview with him. Now, moving forward here into this hour, I'm Joey Driscoll. This is Hometown Talk, the second hour of Hometown Talk, Friday, May 1st, 2026. It's the first Friday of the month, which means Eric joins me once again. Good morning, Eric. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Today? We are going to get right into it today.
Yes.
By talking a little bit about our favorite topic. It seems like it's everyone's favorite topic nowadays. I'm being sarcastic. The Red Sox. Yeah. My thoughts exactly. Not good. Not good at all. Hopefully this particular homestand is good because you're kind of looking into a team now. You're facing off a team that is not that good. They have the lineup to be good, but the bats are cold in Houston. So if I'm the Red Sox, I would pounce on this. You got a homestand, 3-game homestand through the weekend before you go to, I believe it's Detroit for the next series. Please pounce on this, Boston. You have an opportunity here to win this series against Houston. Houston is, again, not amazing, even though their lineup indicates that they should be. Take advantage of how Houston is playing right now. Eric, what is your thoughts on this series here, and what do you think Boston needs to do? If it's it's a call up, or they already tried to call up, and that didn't work out too well. Nate Eaton, hi and bye, back to Worcester. But what are your thoughts on this series this weekend?
Nothing's working for them, and the main thing that we need to talk about right now is the president of baseball operations, Craig Breslow. He's got nowhere to hide anymore. Alex Cora is gone, as well as the rest of the staff. The way that our season ended in the Bronx last October, he should have been gone before the season started, in my opinion. This is a situation where the shield is on Breslow. We continue to lose this badly. I'm telling you right now, he's gone by the trade deadline. He'll at least be gone by the All-Star break. We're on the verge of having the most losses in the league right now, and nothing has gone right. Nothing. I think it's time, in my opinion, to clean the house. Get rid of people that you thought were going to be good investments that are no longer there anymore. Brian Bay was one of them. He has a 9 ERA, has done nothing to save his case. He is not a Pedro Martinez. He's a wannabe Pedro Martinez.
It's time for him to go back down to Worcester.
No, buddy. It's time for him to get traded.
Probably, yeah.
Tanner Houck, get rid of him. Carter Crawford, get rid of him.
They haven't even played.
No, I know. Garrett Whitlock and Aroldis Chapman are still your anchors right now. Justin Slayton has severely struggled since he came back from IR. And then you hear the news about Garrett Crochet being on the 15-day IL with shoulder inflammation and shoulder tendonitis. You don't have an ace.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you need to start stepping people up. Jake Bennett is going to get the call up for this weekend. My main concern with this organization is they're grasping straws and they have nothing to hold on to. They are in a position to where this could be one of, or if not the worst season in the history of the organization without changes that need to be made. John Henry's not listening to the fans, and he still isn't. Tom Warner, I guarantee he's under his thumb. I don't think he has any power right now.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that this is a Red Sox team right now that can pull themselves out of the fire when they're already getting burned so badly. They don't have any relief coming, and there's nothing that they can do to stop it. I'm honestly thinking right now that we're on the verge of a complete devastation in Red Sox Nation.
Also this month as well, a upward mobility clause goes and expires for the Red Sox, and that is for Tommy Kalani. I would let Tommy Kalani walk. I would let this expire. I would let him walk. What I have seen from him in Worcester, I don't really care for. I think he is mediocre at times. Yes, he has had some good innings, but you need to bring someone in there that is going to help you in Worcester. Worcester, by the way, right now, they get the best record, I believe, in the entire farm system, and the entire Red Sox organization at 17-12.
They do. I'm honestly shocked that at 17-12 right now, they're still fighting to be one of the best in the entire AAA system. Not just with us, but I mean, I think the record's like top 5, top 3 overall in the entire AAA league of the MLB. Like, I think in the entire International League, I want to say this, if you want to check that real quick. I believe that their record is top 5, top 3 overall. And, you know,
I believe so.
In
AAA.
And that's something that I think that, like, a lot of us fans that have been watching Worcester for a long time, like I have, well, also because I sing for them too, but like it brings a little bit to, like, you know, a comparison for you for, you know, the talent on paper isn't higher than Boston's, but they're playing better than Boston. And it's shocking how that can kind of, like, you know, create like an unusual contrast, if that makes sense. But give Worcester credit. They're fighting, they're trying. Was I right?
Yes. Memphis, I believe, is still on top of the entire AAA standings, but they have cooled down significantly. Worcester, I think, has had a more impressive stretch over the past several games than what Memphis has had. So, yeah, I think Worcester is on the right trajectory. Another team that's on the right trajectory as well. They did lose last night, but they surprisingly, and it's not even close, they had the most home runs out of any Red Sox team in the Red Sox farm organization or the Red Sox organization in general, and that would be the Greenville Drive.
Yeah.
They are hitting home runs out of the ballpark quite a bit. Yes, it's not translating to that many wins. Right now, they sit, let me take just a quick look at that. They currently sit at a 13-11 record. That's not horrible, but you're seeing, as I just said, that they had the most home runs out of any of the Red Sox teams. I feel like that record should have been better.
Check this too. Compare them in high A with everybody else. Who has the most home runs right now in high A?
In high A?
Because Greenville is high A, right?
Yes. Let me take a quick look.
What's their total overall number for home runs, and where are they in comparison to everyone else?
Yeah, so let me look here. Switch gears real quick.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit real quick about the Celtics while I look at this up for you.
Sure. I honestly don't even know how the collapse has happened. Joey may have already told you guys this a while back already, maybe last Friday or something like that. I was getting ready to perform the national anthem for Game 5 on Tuesday, which I did. And they ended up losing that game by about 15. And then you're watching Game 6 last night, and they never even had a chance. I mean, the same 5 that Missoula had the entire game against Orlando in the season finale that beat them after being down by 17, they won by 5. They cut it all the way down to 10, and they still lost. I hate to say it, but I actually have reason to believe that our season's done tomorrow. Unless honestly, like, unless JT and JB can pull something out of their butt here and have another great performance, or our threes can actually go in, I think our season's done. I mean, for some reason, after Joel Embiid came back, he came back in Game 4. It was way too early because of his hernia and his abdomen injury. Game 5, he was dominant. Last night in Game 6, he was dominant. But he had pieces around him that supported him. Whitcomb, Maxey, George. There was nothing that we could do right. That was our situation. Nothing was done right last night. The amount of turnovers and the amount of missed shots right at the net was infuriating and embarrassing. Nothing with this team right now is clicking. They're under 30% from three, and they're not taking consistent looks. They're also not getting good looks either. And the turnovers are still a huge problem. So, as far as I'm concerned, to all of you going to the Garden tomorrow for Game 7, round 1 should not have gone to a Game 7 for this team. It should not have. You should have taken care of this before you let Embiid get comfortable. As far as I'm concerned, your eyes, like mine, should only be on the Bruins tonight.
Yes.
Hope that they can force a Game 7, which would be in Buffalo on Sunday.
Or Providence, by the way.
And on top of that, the Providence Bruins begin their postseason run tonight against Springfield. I'll actually be going to Game 2 on Sunday.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
My thoughts on the Celtics, yeah, they're done. They're done.
I just don't understand it. I just don't.
I think they're done. Even if they do win, even if they somehow win this game, what awaits them is a team that just destroyed the Atlanta Hawks by 50 points. Yeah, I don't foresee an NBA Finals.
And not only that, it would also be the return of the scene of a crime where Tatum tore his meniscus and his MCL last year.
So I'm very worried about this Celtics team this year.
To be honest with you, dude, for some reason, that's a resurging Knicks team that may have just found their footing at the right time.
Absolutely.
50 points, but I take it that they won the series. Like it's over.
Yes, they won the series. It's over. Yeah.
So
in emphatic fashion.
last night was Game 6.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now we know. Well, so hang on one second. So they won.
Yes.
Can you check who else in the East right now clinched? Or has anyone else clinched or not?
By the way, your question is the Greenville Drive number 1 in the entire single A for home runs? Yes, they are with 38.
Wait, single A? That was high A.
Sorry, high A. Thank you.
What's single A? Salem?
Single A would be Salem, and they have.
So it goes triple A, double A, high A, single A?
Yeah, Salem has 25 home runs. Okay. Then we go to the International League. Worcester is sitting very low on this list with 24.
But there's
Iowa has 44. 44.
And what's their record for Iowa?
Iowa, let's see. Let's take a quick look at Iowa real fast. Iowa has a record. Also, St. Paul also is tied as well. Iowa's record is 14-15. Funny enough, St. Paul and Iowa, they are facing off against each other right now. Between those two teams, they have 88 home runs.
Yeah, well, you know what?
And they're both under 500.
Yeah. So you know what? Have this be a lesson for you. Home runs are great, but it doesn't mean jack if it doesn't produce a win.
Exactly.
Runs are runs. It doesn't matter how you get them.
Exactly. So let's take a quick break right now. When we come back, we will talk more about the happenings in sports.
And we also have to talk about this too. Could the Pistons get upset and knocked out by an 8-seeded Orlando Magic team?
Probably. Probably. All right, we'll be right back.
Anywhere.
We'll be right back.
Check that for a second. Who else clinched in the first round?
Yeah, let me take a quick look.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Let me just get a commercial going.
Hi, this is Paul Lads inviting you to join me Thursday mornings, 9 to 11, here on WVBF AM
So
and
who else
FM
clinched?
for Cranberry Country
Or close to
Journal.
clincher.
Still bringing you a slice of life of the people, places, and activities and events that make the Cranberry Country area a special place to
You're
call
fine.
home. Join me.
I'm just
Thursday
tired of
morning,
BS,
9
buddy.
to 11, Cranberry Country Journal
So,
on
Angel, any luck?
WVBF.
1 second. I'm looking now.
Voices of
Okay, well, it would help if I clicked the right one.
Yeah, why not?
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, you want to use your phone.
All right, so,
southeastern
bracket.
Massachusetts. It's hosted by Louis Laura Fridays and
Okay,
airs from
well, yeah,
11
I have the
a.m.
bracket.
to 1
We'll
p.m.
talk about that when it
AM
comes.
1530
Oh, okay.
99.7
Fine.
FM
They were just telling me
WBBF.
before
Join
the
me
camera.
for
Right.
hometown conversations,
How
stories,
cute.
and interviews with people about the traditions
Okay.
that continue
Here
to define our area. That's
we go, coming
Voices of Our
back,
Region
where now?
with Louis Laura
Coming back
from
in a
11
second.
a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on your hometown radio station, WBBF.
That's perfect. All right, here we go. 3,
Let's do it.
2, 1, and 0. And welcome back to Hometown Talk. This is the Friday edition of Hometown Talk. We're here with Eric once again.
As I'm sitting under a jackhammer from all the construction outside that was right by my car.
Yeah, a lot of construction going on on Broadway.
Oh, and by the way, I almost got stopped by one of the idiots in one of the cop coats wondering, like, why are you over here? I said, I need to be in an office. Don't you have somewhere else to be? Like, mind your business.
Okay, let's go to the next thing here. Yeah, you're live. Oh, wait a second. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Okay,
I just
let's go to the next
a
thing.
little bit high frequency, pal.
Yes.
Okay,
Let's go to the next thing here.
Yeah.
Let's move over to a question you asked me. Who has moved on to the next round
Yes.
in the NBA playoffs?
Playoffs.
So we got the Thunder. So start with the Western Conference first.
Yeah, that's
We
fine.
got the Thunder first.
Swept.
Swept easily against the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the second round matchup all set for the West, one of them at least, and that would be the Timberwolves taking on the Spurs in the
Yes.
second round. Pistons and Magic have not ended yet, but there is a possibility it could end tonight.
Game 6.
Yes, game 6. The Cavaliers and the Raptors also possibility that could end tonight.
Game 6.
Game 6 as well. New York defeats the Hawks.
They're
They
gone.
will play the winner of tomorrow night's game, the Celtics and the
I hate
76ers.
that.
And again, I feel as that would probably end up being the 76ers, unfortunately.
We would need a miracle to win tomorrow night. Like, all the momentum and all the confidence is on their side. Boston needs to be on fire for us to have any shot at this.
Okay, let's take a quick look
Excuse me.
if I can get
Sorry.
this going here. 1 second. Okay, why is that being so slow?
Do it's your Wi-Fi.
No. All right, we'll go back to that.
Okay.
Moving on, but moving back on to the we talked about the Red Sox, and they have a 3-game series coming up, and that is going to start tonight, 7:10 p.m. They have a 3-game series with Houston,
Yep.
and they travel to Detroit, and that is going to be a very interesting series as well. Worcester continues their series tonight. They'll take on Rochester. Should be interesting.
Yep, I
The series so far has been as well. Another couple of games to maybe keep an eye on. As I mentioned, Iowa and St. Paul.
Yep.
Those two teams, highest home runs, I believe, in the entire minor league.
Yeah, I
between those
agree.
two. So you have that. You got another thing to keep an eye on is the doubleheader with Buffalo and Wilkes-Barre as well. You got the Mets of Syracuse taking on Lehigh Valley today as well. All these games, you got a whole slate of games starting at 5:05 p.m. for
Yep.
AAA. For AA, some games to keep an eye on. New Hampshire takes on Binghamton, and that should be a very good one.
I agree.
And right now, New Hampshire, who are the Blue Jays affiliate, is at AA affiliate, and they are currently 13-9. So pretty good stuff so far for them. Portland takes on Somerset, and most annoying thing is with some of these broadcasts, right? I listen to the Somerset broadcast.
Okay.
Okay, maybe it's my mistake listening to the Somerset broadcast.
Yeah, maybe it was. 'Cause who else listens to AA?
I should listen to the Portland. They're
Why
much
not?
better.
It's
Very
our
much,
team. Why
very
not?
much better. Emma Tiedemann is very, very good at what she does for the broadcasting booth there in Portland.
The women who listen.
The women of Nesson,
That's right.
yeah, very impressive as
They're
well.
They're very impressive.
So I listened to the Somerset broadcast a couple of times this week. And I don't know if it's like someone in the crowd doing this or it's just piped in noise or something like that.
Yeah.
But they do this every single home game. It's a couple of times in this game. You just hear, as they're doing the play-by-play, you just hear, Somerset! On the top of this guy's lungs. And I'm just like sitting there like, why? Why is that necessary? You know? I don't get it.
Drunk out of his mind.
No, I mean, no, it's an actual thing that they do every single home game. It's not that. It's every single home game they do it. I just don't understand.
That's just sad.
Another game, and a couple of games here to keep an eye on as well. Keep an eye on Pensacola as well. They take on Biloxi.
Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yes. Akron takes on Harrisburg. Arkansas, they take on Wichita as well.
Yep.
Doubleheader for Altoona. I feel bad for Altoona this year. Altoona, the AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. There's not much going on. There's not much going right for the Pittsburgh Pirates
Fair enough.
organization right now. Yes, they're doing pretty good right now. They are. But how long is that going to last?
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, how long is that going to last? You know, will we be talking in August of the Pittsburgh Pirates possibly making the playoffs? I don't believe so. I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I think Altoona is definitely not making the playoffs. You know, we can pretty much write them off right now, unless they go on a crazy win streak here. But they're taking on Richmond today. Richmond is 18-4. They are the best team in the minor leagues. Only one game ahead right now. Currently a game ahead of Eugene. We'll get to
What
Eugene.
in the world is Eugene?
We'll get to them in a second. Richmond and Altoona today. I mean, yikes. It's a doubleheader. I think Richmond takes both of these doubleheader games. Just in my opinion, they'll get to 20 wins today,
Fair enough.
and that's huge. I mean, the only thing that the Pirates organization has going for them, Connor Griffin. Connor Griffin is the only thing that they have going for them. He is the number one prospect in the entire minor leagues.
Yep, he is.
So that's the only thing they have going for him. High A right now. Let's go over to High A. The earliest game of the day will be Hillsborough taking on Vancouver. That's a 1:05 p.m. Pacific time game, 4:05 Eastern. Hillsborough is Hillsborough, Washington. And that should be an interesting game, I would say. As I mentioned, I did mention keep an eye on Hudson Valley versus Jersey Shore today as well in the High A. Keep an eye on Brooklyn. They take on Frederick. Greenville, they take on Hub City. Where is Eugene? Yeah, there's Eugene. Eugene takes on Spokane at 18-5 record. They're the second best record in the entire minor leagues. For the single A, keep an eye on, keep an eye on Jupiter and Dunedin, Tampa and St. Louis. The Hickory Crawdads, keep an eye on them. They're taking on the Fredericksburg Nationals. Salem is taking on the Wilson Warbirds today as well. The new addition of Inland Empire. They kind of are a new kind of team, but they're taking on Rancho Cucamonga, the Quakes. The new team in the single A level, Ontario, the Tower Buzzers, off to a pretty good start, 11-12 record. They're taking on Lake Elsinore today, or actually this evening. And then the late game for the single A is Fresno and Stockton. So there's your single A. There's your baseball rundown for today. Okay, now I can get to the playoff brackets for the NHL here to end this first half hour of the show. here. Finally, as ESPN decided to load. Okay, so for
As
the West,
ESPN's having to load, he says.
exactly. The Western Conference, the Colorado Avalanche easily take down the Kings, which I expected, and the Wild defeat the Stars, which means that sets up the Avalanche taking on the Wild. A big upset, in my opinion, in the first round happened. The Anaheim Ducks are on to the second round. They defeated the Oilers last night. And the Oilers are done, which I'm very surprised. And I hope Vegas can take care of business tonight. This has been a tough series for Vegas against the Utah Mammoth. The Utah Mammoth, very impressive season, regardless of what happens in this series. Impressive season for the Utah Mammoth. I think Golden Knights, they're the number one seed in the West. One of the number one seeds in the West. They should be able to take care of business as well. Then we go to the Eastern Conference. Sabres Bruins on tonight, 7:30 p.m. I think you have a good shot of seeing a Game 7 out of this series. You do. Do I think the Bruins win the series? No, I do not believe the Bruins will win the series. I don't.
Okay.
I just don't. I don't think so. Even if they do, they might have the Canadiens to deal with. And unless Tampa can find it in them to win 2 games. I don't know. Tampa's been impressive this decade, right? You know, they're making the playoffs all the time. And they go on deep playoff runs every time they do. But it looks like a first-round exit is probably going to be what's going to happen for Tampa this year. For them, because I think they're going to lose to the Canadiens. So if the Bruins do make it out of this series with the Sabres, they have to face the Canadiens, and I think the Canadiens would beat them in the 7-game series. I know a lot of people are reaching for their phones right now, ready to dial in, angry at me for saying that the Canadiens can beat the Bruins in a 7-game series in the playoffs. Look at the history. Eric knows this. I know this. Boston versus Montreal. How does that go? Oh, yeah, Montreal. Montreal wins a lot. So, yeah. I feel like the Canadiens would beat us in a 7-game series. On the other side of the Eastern Conference bracket, the Hurricanes defeat the Senators. And Senators, again, great for them for making the playoffs. They had a good year, regardless of what happened in that series. And the Flyers. What a series for the Flyers. The Flyers take down the Penguins in the Battle of Pennsylvania. And they'll face off against the Hurricanes in the next round. So you have 2 series set there. When we come back from our commercial break, from our news break, we will talk about the AHL and that particular bracket right now. We'll be right back.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Cumberland. The partial government shutdown finally over. President Trump has signed a bill funding much of the Department of Homeland Security.
The president's signature put an end to
Wow, good job. You could have did that. You could have did that weeks ago.
70 days as Democrats refused to fund Donald Trump's immigration enforcement operations without changes. To break the impasse, Republican leaders in both the House and Senate decided to tackle the immigration enforcement funding on their own through what is called budget reconciliation.
And White House correspondent
You could have did that a while ago.
That process will take several
This is why
weeks.
politics
Gas
gives me a
prices
headache.
continue to rise. Today's
They do. They
Politics give me a headache just in general.
They don't.
Up 9 cents from
They
yesterday.
don't
White House economic
think.
advisor Kevin Hassett expects
See what they're doing here,
sky
all
high
that.
prices to be
You know
short.
what I mean? Everyone's a Muppets. They are, aren't they? Everyone's a Muppets, pal. I call a bunch of Muppets.
Yeah.
They could turn the knobs up to 100.
That's why we need new blood.
Right away, and that'll have a huge
New
impact
blood.
on oil prices around.
Vote with your
President
vote
Trump
with
said
your
the
vote.
one, despite
And get
perceived
new blood in there.
stubbornness when it comes to making a deal with the U.S., is is actually anxious to end the war.
I mean, I don't know what some of this, because really nobody knows what the talks are except myself and a couple of other people. They want to make a deal badly.
Despite high prices and the Iran war, we've seen a cavalcade of upbeat economic news this week. Manufacturing is hot, consumer confidence has come bounding back, and the housing market is picking up both in terms of construction and home buying. Small plane crash, Wimberley, Texas, about 40 miles southwest of Austin. Killed all 5 people on board the plane. It happened last night, and the National Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation into that plane crash. On Wall Street this morning, stocks adding to yesterday's gains. The Dow is up 292 points. The NASDAQ ahead to 68. More on these stories.
Hey, Louis.
Mall.com.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Everything going well?
Oh, yeah. Everything's going well so far. Yeah. You ready for 11?
You think I can talk for 2 hours?
Yes.
What do you think?
Absolutely. Yes, he can.
I will survive.
Yes, he can, Eric.
So the best seat is for Dr. Benavia
Yes.
and me here.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. That sounds good.
Beautiful.
All right, we're coming back in 2.5 minutes.
Good. I talked about this morning, he's down with Al Gore down in Tennessee,
Nice.
blowing on the bluegrass.
Is that for an event, like an environment event, or just
Yeah,
being up there?
And what it is Al Gore, this is his 30th year that he's been doing this issue with the environment. So you got the big birds up. I mean, Clintons are there. You got world leaders from all over
Detained former leader on
Europe
Suu Kyi,
there,
toppled in a
so
military
That's huge.
coup a few years ago.
Yeah,
and moved
so
from prison
we'll
to
do our
house
show and hopefully we'll stay alive and kick it for another 2 centuries.
Nice.
Next 200 years.
All right, we're taping both hours, right? I got tapes right here for you.
I know that the family and friends say they haven't had
And
proof of life, but I think it's
next week,
extremely unlikely
you're not here.
that the military
Exactly.
regime
So
would
it's
be talking
this
about
week you're
her
live,
this way,
next week you're
putting
not,
these images out
then the
if
week
she
after
in
you're
fact
live.
was
So it's
alive.
The BBC
live,
and head.
tape, live.
45-year-old
You're right.
man has been
So,
charged with attempted
live
murder of
tape,
Israelis and
live
Jewish
tape.
men in London. The suspect
Because it was
faces
4
2
weeks in
counts
the month.
relating to the
Yep.
attack. The owner's
So
grave
people that missed
and
the first
third charge
show
stemming from an
will hear
attack
the
elsewhere
second.
in the city same day left a man with minor injuries.
Yes.
British
And
All
then
right.
in June, I may change,
anti-Semitism.
because I'm gonna be away.
News analysis,
the third week in June.
townhall.com. A groundbreaking
So I may do
money
2
deal
live
was making waves
first
in
and
the
second
world of
week.
college athletics.
2 live and then
And then those 2 will replay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be away one of them. Well, we'll figure that out.
Okay.
Partners,
Good.
which has
Or I
been
can do-
ratified by Big 12 President
At least I'm gonna be away the first,
Redbird
I'm gonna be away the
signed a
third
settlement
week.
with a $12.5
So first
million
live, second, no, they didn't have to be
and offer
2 live
a
and then
$30
2
million
the
line
last
of
2
credit
weeks
for each Big 12
recorded.
school. The partnership is designed to grow
Sounds good.
All right, I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
All right, see ya.
Good job, man. Good job. You guys ordered tea from, next door, though?
I have before. Food? Yeah, I have before.
I'm gonna order, you know, and hey, you're not gonna have tea. My crickets.
More on these stories.
All right, here we go. Coming back in about 45 seconds. Okay, where is the bracket for this one? Let's see. Calder Cup. And they do this a little bit differently. So I need to kind of go to the thing itself. Okay. So these are 3-game series. Okay. First round's over. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2. 1 second. Okay, here we go. We're coming back. 3, 2, 1, 0. And we're back. Well, we talked about a lot of negative things here in the first half of the show. Let's talk about some positive things. The Providence Bruins start their playoff run tonight, Eric. And who are they facing, Eric? Who are they facing?
Bronze Rose?
Yes.
Springfield,
yes.
A hated rival.
A hated rival, exactly. So this is going to be a fun series. Let's kind of break down what's happened so far in the AHL playoffs for everybody who may not follow the AHL closely. So in the Pacific Division first round, there's a couple of first round matchups, okay, in the Pacific Division. Coachella Valley defeats Bakersfield 2-1. They move on. Then you got Henderson. They defeated, is it Henderson? Let me just make sure that's, yes. Okay, it's Henderson. Henderson defeats San Jose. They move on. Colorado defeats San Diego. They move on. The Central Division in Manitoba. Manitoba defeats Milwaukee. They move on. In the North Division, Toronto defeats Rochester. They will move on. And then you have, where did never mind. They got the bye. I was wondering where Grand Rapids was. They got the bye. I apologize. Okay. Hershey defeats Bridgeport, and Bridgeport season is done, and their tenure in Bridgeport is now done. Just a kind of just quick shout out to the Bridgeport Islanders. Again, they had a great season this year. Their last season in Connecticut, and that's just heartbreaking stuff. Because Connecticut, not only are they losing the Bridgeport Islanders, but they're losing the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun, I think they're going to have a better year this year. Do I think they made the playoffs? Do I think they win anything? Ask me in the summer when we know a little bit more about the Connecticut Sun and how their season is going. But they made a good signing this year. If she can get back to what she was doing, what she was producing earlier on in her career, then the sign that they made this offseason is a good one, and that's Brittany Griner. I think the Connecticut Sun are looking to try to win some games this year, and the signing of Brittany Griner is a big deal for them. Okay, the Atlantic Division first round, Springfield defeats Charlotte as well. So we go on to the next round here. Colorado and Henderson have not started their series. Coachella Valley right now against the Ontario Reign is up a game. Chicago and Texas are tied at 1. Grand Rapids Griffins and Manitoba have not started their series. Syracuse 1-1 against Cleveland. LAV against Toronto. That's Laval against Toronto. So 2 Canadian teams there. And Laval is up 1-0. Wilkes-Barre is up 1-0 against Hershey. And Eric, we got our why did I almost say Portland? Providence. The Providence Bruins against the Springfield Thunderbirds. What are your thoughts on this series, Eric? And who do you think is going to get the win here?
My main takeaway for the Providence Bruins is this. I am someone that has said it on my show for many moons. There we go.
Yeah.
They are not a Calder Cup contender until they can get to the conference final.
Mm-hmm.
This team, to me, is probably the greatest Providence Bruins team I've seen. Not just with record and talent. Talent, I have to go a bit all the way back. Like, if there was like a time span where I had like my favorite, 12-13 was when I started, and then go all the way to maybe 16-17, that was like a good span for me. I would say 12-13, and then right when COVID hit, that was like my favorite teams. But for me, They have the capability to make history. They arguably had the greatest regular season in the history of the organization and of the franchise. They shattered records from over 25 years ago. They need to win. The way that the AHL playoffs work is it's not until the conference final that they go to best of 7. They go best of 5 in the divisional semi and in the divisional final. So they basically have to get through 2 best of 5s before they can get to the conference final. They get to the conference final, you've got something here. My only hope is that they can have a long playoff run. I really do. And, not saying that they can't do it, you know what I mean? Because I think they can. Boston on the other side, we'll obviously have to see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Because my main takeaway from the Boston side for the Bees is simply this. They are a team looking on the verge to make history. And what I really love about the Boston Bees right now is if you watched back Game 5 on Tuesday, you saw how hard they fought. You saw how much fire they had in them. As far as I'm concerned, if you lose Game 7 in Buffalo, whatever. Just don't lose Game 6 at home tonight. If your season's going to end, have it end on the road, not at home. Because quite possibly, we could be looking at back-to-back nights of both teams' seasons ending at home, B's and C's. So as far as I'm concerned, just lose in Buffalo for Game 7 Sunday. Don't lose at home tonight. Celtics, I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but they're actually a mess. The Boston Bees have more confidence than they do right now, and that's not supposed to be the case.
That's a problem. So we'll see how that goes for them here in the future. Now, we're going back to baseball here briefly because the month of May marks 2 big things for local baseball fans that
I'm listening.
Don't want to go to a Red Sox game, but do want to. Actually, 3 things if we're talking.
I'm listening. Hey, I'm hearing you. Come on, man. I'm listening. Come on.
1 second.
All right.
2 things, and the third thing as well for the Cape as well. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, May 27th, the Lowell Spinners are back after 7 years of not playing, just about 7 years of not playing baseball. The last time that they played baseball was September of 2019 in the MILB. Yeah, the minor leagues of baseball.
They were our high A, single A?
I don't know what it might have been single A at the time.
It might have been our. Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know what they would call that at the time. Low class A, I think.
As far as I'm concerned, I believe that the Lowell Spinners were our single or our high A back then. But
Yes.
no, it's great to see them come back.
Yeah.
They're taking part of the Futures Baseball League alongside the Worcester Brave Hearts.
Yes, and they're going to be talked about quite a bit too. So they take
I'll have
on
a story about them when I'm here. When I'm here in June, I'll have a story on them.
So they take on the New Britain Bees at 6:35 p.m. So just a little bit of a story about the Lowell Spinners here. The Lowell Spinners are now one of 3 teams that used to play in the MILB. The other 2, well, let's get to that in a second. The other 2, one of them is the Vermont Lake Monsters. They played in the MILB. And also Norwich as well. The Norwich Sea Unicorns, I believe they're called.
That's a dumbass name. The Sea Unicorns.
Yes. So
Oh,
let me just preface this here. In 2020, In 2020, the entire minor leagues had a restructuring. So a lot of teams left. A lot of teams departed the minor leagues. The Futures Leagues gained a lot of these. The Draft League in the MLB as well gained some of these teams as well. So Norwich, Vermont, and the Lowell Spinners left. The Lowell Spinners folded. They didn't play for 7 years, and now they're back. That's huge.
There wasn't even a Futures Baseball League that was even like active during that time whatsoever. So just like them and the NECBL, the New England Collegiate Baseball League, they've done a lot of work in the last few years.
The next thing I want to talk about is the Brockton Rocks. They're back. Actually, technically, they're back tonight. There is a exhibition game, I think, tonight.
There's season openers in 2 weeks.
They're a season opener, actually. They're not at home, I don't believe, to start the year, I think. But their season opener is May 7th.
Actually, you know what? Since you're talking about the Rocks, I got to mention this. Our next time together is going to be on Friday, June 5th. And you won't believe this. The night before I see you, I begin my second anthem performing season with the Rocks. My first game is on Thursday, June 4th.
Yep. And also June 5th. June 5th marks my 27th year on this planet.
Wait, what?
June 5th marks my 27th year on this planet. I turned 27 on June 5th.
Wait a minute. Your birthday's on June 5th? How have you ever told me this?
Yes, it is.
So I guess I'm singing. So I guess I'll be playing a trumpet, playing "Happy Birthday" for you on air, huh?
So one other thing we want to
party horn.
One other thing we want to talk about here. I mentioned there's 3 things to look forward to. Well, in June we have the good old Cape Cod Baseball League back once again. And also there's a Wareham team, I believe, as well to keep an eye on. And that is the Wareham Gatemen of the Cape Cod League. Keep an eye on them this year.
Yeah.
They are hopefully going to be very, very good. The teams that are in there. Now, let me quickly give you a quick little thing on that.
That actually does remind me. I still got to send my anthem stuff over to that league still. I haven't done it yet.
Let me take a quick look here. I would like to see the actual teams, please, and what they're named. There we go. The Brewster Whitecaps. You have the Chatham Anglers. You have the Harwich Mariners, the Orleans Firebirds, the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. Now, how the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox never became a
Dennis
affiliate.
Yarmouth, not Yarmouth Dennis. Dennis Yarmouth makes more sense.
No, it's Yarmouth Dennis.
Why is it that way? It makes no sense.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's something to ask the owner of that team.
Like I care.
That's
everybody.
Why they're not?
That's it.
No. Why they're not a Red Sox affiliate makes no sense to me. Anyway, the Bourne Braves, the Cotuit Kettlers.
Wait, the what?
The Cotuit Kettlers. That's how you pronounce the name.
What is Cotuit?
Cotuit is a town in the Cape.
I've never heard of that town in my life.
Falmouth.
Yes,
the Falmouth Commodores.
Commodores.
Hyannis Harbor Hawks. And the Gatemen of Wareham. So there is your teams for the Cape Cod League.
That's
Cape
right.
Cod
I still got to send myself over there.
Gets underway on June 13th. All right. We've covered all of the bases of the major sports. Not going to talk about the Patriots today. There's really nothing to talk about other than there was a draft, and the draft went, I guess, okay. I mean, you can't really say anything.
No one was paying attention at all to the draft, man. Everyone was talking about Vrabel and that story and all the crap going on behind.
We're not even going to get
it's a mess.
We're not even going to get into it.
No, I know.
So
it's stupid anyway, because it doesn't even make sense to even chat about that. There are more important things to do than to worry about Vrabel's personal life.
Exactly. So we'll talk about the Patriots more next month when we have something actually concrete potentially.
Or should I say maybe in July when they actually begin training?
Maybe even in July. Yeah.
Well, really,
unless we get the news that we've been waiting for all spring long.
As in that AJ Brown got signed.
The AJ Brown signing.
It could happen.
I'm hearing things now that makes me less certain, but again, I don't know. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
It's the NFL.
Yeah.
So we'll finish the show off today by talking a little bit about Backlash 2026.
Yeah, why not?
For WWE. It is Tampa, and guess who's on the poster? Guess who's on the poster? Oh yeah, it's Roman Reigns.
Hang on. So there is something that I should mention as well. Everyone that knows about how CW is the home of NXT.
Okay, yes.
It is now confirmed that that until further notice, unless something changes, CW is now the home of all NXT premium live events going forward.
That's the best
for the first time in the history of WWE, a pay-per-view and a PLE will be on national broadcasted cable television around the country on the CW network for all NXT PLEs.
This is a good move.
That is the best move this company could have made because
the views go up.
Because if you've only wanted to watch something like that, you would have to get ESPN.
Yes.
Raw, you have to get Netflix. SmackDown, you have to have USA. But everyone has CW. For us in the Boston area, it's CW 56. Everyone in the country has the CW. That is the best move that you could have made if you're in WWE. And you know what? Triple H and Shawn Michaels made an amazing move with this because they run NXT. Like, this is all them. And it's the best thing that could happen to NXT because so many more faces, so many more eyeballs are going to be watching them. And you know what? It's the best way to get a PLE for NXT, watching the development of who will be coming up and getting the call in WWE down the road. A huge congratulations. It's honestly the best news that could have happened for them since we found out that John Cena was going to host WrestleMania. Like, it's great.
So we have 3 matches for Backlash. Now, anyone who missed WrestleMania.
Don't watch it back.
No, Roman. Well, night 1, don't watch back. Night 2,
night 2 was great.
I would consider everyone who's a wrestling fan, if you're able to,
watch
night 2, especially the main event. Roman Reigns won the championship again,
but it was an amazing match. I feel like that was a 40-minute match that was great story.
It was an amazing match. I'm willing to give this title reign a shot. Okay. At first, I was like, why are we giving the title to Roman? But the more I think about it, this is a good way to try to build up some new stars.
Well,
case in point,
right?
Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is his first opponent in this title reign. That is going to be a fantastic match in Tampa. Fantastic.
My main issue with Roman winning is I didn't think Punk had enough time as World Heavyweight Champion. However, I also know that. I also know that with him and AJ, they were due for a much needed vacation, knowing how many months they've been on the road full time. And also don't forget, for those that have been worrying, Punk and AJ have signed multi-year contracts in WWE, so they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, AJ's not going anywhere.
She's not going anywhere.
She's going to take a little bit of a break. You might not see her until SummerSlam.
So is Punk. However, I'm going to give this title reign with Reigns a shot. My only concern with Roman is it could be the same thing over and over again, which I don't want to have happen.
Sure.
There could be a chance that Fatu does win. However, if he loses, he has to acknowledge Roman instead of Solo.
Sure.
And in my opinion, Roman's not a heel. The Usos haven't turned heel. I don't know what could happen, but it's a toss-up.
It's interesting. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker is going to be probably the match of the night.
That's going to be a story that in my eyes, it should have been told for WrestleMania.
Absolutely, it should have been. Just unfortunately, there was injuries involved with Braun Breaker. Io Sky and Asuka. Now, this is not a match that I'm excited for.
I'm not either.
The story around it, though, I'm kind of looking at like,
You're like, okay,
Are they-
and
are they going to pull another R-Truth? Are they going to pull another R-Truth?
what do you mean, like pull another?
Kyrie Sane has been released from WWE.
Well,
There are reports. Yes, there are reports that she's back in Japan.
yes,
Okay,
I believe.
If-
I believe that she is.
if those reports are true, then there is zero shot she comes back. Zero shot she's going to be in Tampa. Zero shot. It's not going to happen. But if they're deflecting, if this is an R-Truth situation, yes, maybe she has been released, but WWE quickly maybe course corrected and maybe she's back with the company. I don't think so. I give that chance, like maybe a 1% chance,
Well, no, of course. I
but
agree.
it's a 1% chance. It's not zero. I'm not saying it's zero. So there is a 1% chance probably that you will see Kyrie Sane affect the result of this match. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, again, is it likely? No, probably
no, of course,
not.
like I get it, but like the main.
But they've done this before.
No, I know, but I think the main takeaway for WWE right now is they need to find anything that they can use for like momentum and where it can happen there. I mean,
Backlash is a good start.
no, I definitely do agree, but I think all eyes is going to be on the 2-night SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, going to the Superdome in New Orleans. Like that's going to be just an amazing thing. And folks, I'm aware I'm getting the signal from Joey that we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Next month in June, I'll have some updates for y'all as we get ready to make the transition into summer, hardly at that time.
Yeah.
And we'll be celebrating Joey's birthday together on air. So
Yes.
pretty cool that I get to be a part of that.
So thank you, Eric, for being here. And
Thank you.
I will talk to everyone next week with another edition of Hometown Talk. Coming right up is Voices of Our Region with Louie Laura. That's coming right up. And again, thank you, Eric, once again, and I'll see you next month.
Bye-bye.
All right, Eric. I will. I'll talk to you later. I'll give you a call. I can't. I can't really talk too long.
Yeah, because you're here for the show, man.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll talk to you later. Okay.
All right, man.
See ya.
Hey, it goes by fast, isn't it? Good seeing you.
See you, Eric.
I remember when I used to come here bowling with Kenny Perry.
Yeah.
He was a hell of a bowler.
You know, it's funny, somebody today, my wife's here, just asked her about Kenny Perry.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah, what school he taught at, maybe she had him.
Yeah, it was at Martin Middle School.
It was a Martin.
'Cause I went to Martin for 3 years. Oh, by the way, Joey, do you know Dr. Hannah?
I've heard about you. Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So he's from Middleborough, and he's a sports, and I hear into wrestling.
I am.
I'm into
pretty much every sport.
That would love to be here hosted by you.